What's up YouTube fam, it's your boy Just Jones here, back with another YouTube video. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to do that YouTube thing, subscribe and click the notification bell. Today as always I have something interesting for you, and today I'll be sharing my top leg day tips and how I structure my workout to maximize my growth. So without wasting time, let's jump to it. Our first exercise for today is going to be the Smith machine squat. And as I structure my workout, I love having the heavy compounds at the beginning of the program because I have more energy at the beginning compared to the end. So for this case, we are going to now set up on the Smith machine and I show you how I usually do my squats. So first thing I do is adjust the height of the bar to my desirable height. So at this point, I feel I'm more comfortable with this. So the second thing, I'll put my left foot forward and I'll go under the bar and press the weight up. Then place my right leg in front. And now at this point, I can adjust my foot positioning to my desirable width. Then the next thing I'll do, I'll just slowly do a few reps to determine if I'm comfortable with the stance. If I'm comfortable with it, I'll stick to it. But at this point, I feel some pressure on my lower back, so I'll take my feet a few inches back and do some more reps to determine how comfortable I am with that stance. I feel much comfortable at this angle, so I'll wrap the weight, and now from there I can add the weight and continue with my squatting. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to breathe in and really squeeze my core muscles. From that point now, I'll just slowly go down, and as you can see, my knees are following the line of my toes. So if my toes are pointing out, my knees are driving down on the same line as my toes. So at this point, I'm holding for a few seconds, and then I go back up. Another rep, slowly controlled, breathing. Hold for a few seconds, then come up. Slowly down, core tight, chest up, hold for a few seconds, then go back up. So the Smith machines are going to be different depending on the gym that you're using. So you really have to play around with it for you to get a comfortable position. Then from there, you can add the weight. On to our next exercise, we have the leg extension. For this exercise, I usually set up first before adding the weight. So I'll sit on the pad, and the first thing I'll check is the position of the back pad. Is it in a height whereby I'm comfortable with? So at this point I can feel the back pad is putting pressure on my calves, and I don't want that because I want my knees to be the hinging point. So the first thing I'll do is I'll adjust the height of the pad. Then the second thing I'll check on is this pad, which is supposed to be on my shin at my preferred height. So at this point I can feel it's comfortable at a desired height. If it's not, you can adjust it. So I'm comfortable with that position. When it comes to the movement now, the first thing I always ensure I do is put pressure on my shin. So at this point, my feet are in a relaxed position and the pressure is only on my shin. This makes it easy for me to put contraction or to put tension and connect with my quad muscles. So I can flex my quad muscles, and now for the movement, I just have to rock up and squeeze at that motion. So my knees are the hinging point of this movement, and I'm slowly controlling the eccentric, breathing in and out as I go down. So breathing in and squeezing, slowly going down. Breathing in, core tight, slowly going down. So once I'm done with this setup, now I can go to the heavy weights and continue with my reps. Our next exercise is going to be the lying leg curl. With this exercise, I try to think of it as my bicep exercise, and I try to think my hamstrings operate in the same mechanic as my bicep. So for example, if you're doing something like a preacher curl, your pressure always has to be on your tricep. So for this case, my tricep will be my quad muscles. So when I set up on this pad, I'll apply pressure on my pad so that now it will be easy for my knees to be my hinging point. So pressure at my quads, and then now the knees become the hinging. So the first thing I always do is check this position of this pad. So I'll adjust this pad to my desired position up there. So I'm comfortable with this position. And the next thing I do now is set my body on this pad. And then at this point now, I'm applying pressure on my quad muscles. Now my knees become my hinging point. My toes, as you can see, are in a relaxed position. So I'm not stiff, they're just relaxed. So when it comes to moving, I'll just lock up the weight, squeeze at the top, and slowly go down to a fully stretched position. I'm controlling my breathing, squeezing up, and slowly going down. Squeezing up, and slowly going down. So that's my simple setup when it comes to my leg curl. Our last exercise is the standing calf raise. So I'm going to adjust the height to my desired height again, somewhere around there. I think that's comfortable with me. So the next thing I'm going to do, most of the people usually set up in a straight position. Like most people do this, stretch up and set in this position, but I don't want to do that. So the first thing I do is I hinge back. So I'll set up at this position, and at this position, as you can see, there is already a stretch on my calf muscles. So I'm already getting that tension on my calf. So the next thing I have to do there is just rock up and squeeze at the top, slowly coming down, fully stretched position, slowly going up and down, a fully stretched position. My core muscles are tight for me to be able to hold this weight. So I'm slowly rocking with my core muscles engaged and slowly down on the eccentric. As easy as it sounds, those are the things that I really like focusing on when I'm doing my leg session. And that was our leg program. Guys, remember, your lifting always has to equate to growth. It's not about how much you can lift. You have to engage, stimulate, and connect with your muscles for you to develop a good mind-muscle connection. This marks the end of our leg workout, which was the third episode of the push-pull legs workout. Remember, if you're new to the channel, support it by clicking that subscription and the notification bell. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section, or you can DM me in my Instagram account. Thank you for staying with me. See you in the next video.